everyone, today I'm back and I thought I would do a tutorial on how I make textures on my altered canvas and boxes. I use the modeling paste for that, and you might have seen the tag that I made for Fiona, and I used the modeling paste also on that tag. And after that I just started to fiddle around with the modeling paste and I came up with this. First I made this one. This is a canvas like that, and I was experimenting with some chipboard pieces like the butterfly that I cut out and the heart and the star, and I wanted to try some different textures with modeling paste, and well, I put all the items together and then I created this little thing, altered canvas. So after that I was quite satisfied with the way this texture came out. I like this. This looks like kind of spacey surface of a planet, I think. And so I came up with this little box. These are those paper boxes that I got. I bought them for Fiona, and this is a little blue one, or a little paper one, and I did the same and I colored it, and I hope the camera picks it up. It is a kind of a metallic shine to it, and I got inspired by these shell pieces. It's kind of a pearl looking shells. And these colors I used for decorating this box, and I used of course the shell, so it's like a little treasure box from the sea. Used some pearls just for closure, and you can take it off and then just open the box. So did nothing to the inside, and so this is this little box, and I thought I would only show you how I did this texturing with the modeling paste, and well, you can use it on anything, paper, chipboard, whatever you want to do. So you can use this technique. For this purpose I just got a little chipboard tag and I painted it black, dried it off completely, so it is you can work with it. What do you need for this project? You need of course the modeling paste, some black paint, a chipboard piece, a wooden piece, whatever you want to alter using this technique. You need a piece of textured stuff. It doesn't matter what you use. I use a bit of fabric. This is a string of this kind of a webbing like fabric, and I just cut off a piece with some small holes and some larger ones. And I am going to use different kinds of blue and greens, just like this box. So I got my metallic colors out, and you need the gold one. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it all, but I will show you what I got. I got this Dazzling Metallic Old World Patina, colored from Deco Art. Then I got the same in the Ice Blue. Then I got from Yo Sonia's the Blue Iridescent, the Turquoise Iridescent, the Gold Iridescent of course, and the Green Iridescent. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use them all, but we will see. This is just a little tag. And you need a tool for pressing this stuff into the modeling paste, and of course putting your modeling paste on the tag. And I will zoom in a little bit. I'll try. Yes. Okay. So first paint the tag, of course. Dry it off. Get your modeling paste out. And I think this is, I'm using just a spatula from what I use normally for clay. And I'm going to put on a layer of the modeling paste on this whole tag, like that. You can cover up the hole if you want to. This is a hard piece, but I'm not going to cover it because I want to pull a ribbon through there. Just doesn't have to be a big layer, but you can choose your own, how do you call that? You can decide for yourself how thick a layer you want on the tag. And I'm going to, well, if you can see, this is I think it's well, 2 millimeters thick, I think. Okay, almost done. Okay, finished. And I like drying the surface of the modeling paste a bit dry to the touch, because then I can use this fabric better. So I'm going to dry now. Okay, I think it almost took a minute, not sure, but it's dry to the touch. You don't press, because underneath there is still wet, but we can use this. So now I take my little piece of fabric. Well, as I said, you can use anything. Let's see how I'm going to place it. I'm going to place it like that. Okay, press it down lightly with your fingers. And now I'm using just I have a crochet hook that I'm going to use, and I'm going to press my fabric in this modeling paste. The harder you press, the further the modeling paste will stick out. Try to be careful. I did try to leave the fabric after I am done with this and dry it a bit more and then get it off, but that was no success because the fabric would get stuck and it was hard to get the fabric off the tag. So I'm not going to do that the second time, and I'm using a scissor to press these thinner lines. Looks like a piece of snake skin or a crocodile skin. After you finish this, some scales. Okay, almost done. Okay, I think I'm satisfied. It's just for, I'm going to use this, of course, so I want to make sure it looks nice. So press this one down. And now you can pull it off. You can, of course, you can leave it and then paint over it, but I don't do that. I'm just going to take it off. Be careful. And now you can see the kind of crater landscape we created. Look. I think this looks nice already. And now I'm going to dry it off a bit. And while I'm doing that, I am pressing with my finger to get the spikes. I don't like the spikes, so I'm going to press it lightly and to get those spikes down. Okay, so this is the result that we got, and now you have to dry this completely. That's the best, because if we rub the paint on it, you can if this is not dry, you can lose the structure on this texture on this this tag. So of course I made one in advance. This is not as pretty as the other one, but it is dry. And now the only thing we have to do is paint it, and I am using the black acrylic again, and I'm just using my finger. So I am going to rub the whole tag, but without filling up all the gaps between those little bumps. So you can use a brush to fill up all those white spots, but you can see where this is going. And I have all my brushes downstairs because I went painting with my mother, but I don't want to go down and get them now. So that's why I'm using my finger. Just do this. And I'm going to, you have to cover up all the white spots. So I'm going to take a little sponge that I normally use for my distress inks. And lightly brush with a sponge, just to color in between those little bumps, not to fill it up. You can see what I am doing. So don't use too much paint, it's not necessary. When you use too much paint, then you will fill up everything and you won't see the texture on the tag. Alright, so first layer, looks like stone. You can see if I press too hard, the white of the modeling paste will come through, so you have to be careful. Use the sides to cover up. Okay, dry. There are still some white spots. Let's try and get them. Next time I have to use a brush. A soft brush. Okay, well, you know what I mean. Round up a little bit more. Okay, done. Now, using the paint, the second layer I'm going to do with the green or the blue, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. I think the blue one. And now I'm just going to use a little bit and just touch lightly, slightly, barely touching the tag, and just try and not to rub, just dab or do it like this. Tap on the parts that are high, elevated or higher. I don't know how you call that. Risen. I'm not sure. Well, you can see where this leads us. So, showing you what I did. This is the first blue layer. I like it already. Dry it off a bit. Going to use a little bit of green, just a tiny amount, just to give it a little bit of I like that. That's so you can hardly see it, I think, but leave it like that. Shouldn't have used so many paint, but okay. Okay, so now we're gonna dry, and you know from earlier things that I did, like this this little thingy, and that if you heat it up, the acrylic paint, it will start to bubble, and that's what we want, to get more and tinier little dots there. You can see, I hope. Oh, that's hot. You can see there, the bubbling is starting. You can see that there's a lot more texture than before, and you can go on and until you're satisfied. So, but I'm going to quit here, and now I'm going to go in with my iridescent colors. I'm going to use the green on the green parts that I did, and the blue on the blue parts that I did. I'm going to turquoise for this one. I think that's just using my finger. You need a tiny amount like this, maybe a bit more, but not that much, and only rub the parts that are not black anymore. And you can see this iridescent color is white as we started it, and you can see if I rub it, it gets a very lovely metallic shine. I like that. I like this paint so much. So I use it for my dragons and for other paintings. I like the way this gives a shine to my projects. Okay, using the blue on the blue part. Okay, like that. Drying it off again. Okay, I think this one is pretty enough. And now the only thing I have to do is go in with the gold, and that's it. And then of course I can finish it with some varnish or some embossing powder, but I'm not going to show you that, and you know how that works. And I'm going to just rub the edges with the gold a little bit, just a tiny amount, just to indicate where the sides of the tag are, where the tag ends. You can see I'm barely touching it, and it leaves a wonderful, well, I think a wonderful shine. Well, that's the tag. So just showing you how this texturing works and how the paint works. Hope you like it. If you have any questions, just answer me, and just ask me and I will answer. And well, I hope you like this this tutorial, and please leave a comment, and I will see you next time. So bye ladies and gents.